Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I had the privilege of carrying the legislation for redistricting in the House. I was joined by others here, gentlemen from Fairfax, and also presenting legislation this year. And I was very pleased that when I presented the bill in the subcommittee in Privileges and Elections, that the gentleman from Prince William, the chair of the Republican Party, actually said it was the best redistricting bill that he had seen. The reason I carried the legislation was manifold. It included reasons that, we have low voter turnout, few competitive races, political gerrymandering, but the real reason, the heart of the bill, is all about governance. It's about members of both parties being willing to work together to address the issues that are facing our Commonwealth. Every day I hear from citizens, I hear from business leaders, I hear from media, and actually when we're talking to each other, we know that we have a very difficult time actually working together. And the fact that we have such polarized districts in many instances keeps us from listening to each other. That was the main impetus. The reason I think this legislation is important is because we do have a joint reapportionment committee, 5 members from the House appointed by the chair of P&E, 5, and 3 members from the Senate that are appointed by the chair of P&E. So the party in power does select the individuals and the number. They can choose how many they're going to have on that reapportionment committee, and they draw the lines. The alternative to this is to set up a bipartisan commission, which would be 7 members. They would work with a 12-member citizen advisory group, and together would draw the maps, the district maps of Virginia. That is then put into a bill, a piece of legislation that comes before the legislature. It is a piece of legislation. It moves to the House, the Senate, the governor. We all have input. The bipartisan part of this and the citizen input is the creation of the bill. We would all have a say. It complies with the United States Constitution. It complies with the Virginia Constitution, because ultimately we're still responsible for the redistricting plan. And it also complies with the Voting Rights Act. This is a common sense measure that would not only make this whole system transparent, it would allow citizens to know exactly what we're doing. Finally, I will just conclude that when you do look at the election results from 2000, before we had redistricting, the number of Republicans to Democrats was 53-47. After we had redistricting, that number went to 63-34. It was a dramatic shift. If you look at 1990, even though the numbers didn't shift that much, Republicans for the last 2 decades had been increasing their numbers here in the General Assembly. After redistricting in 1990, although I think 3 or 4 seats were picked up, it completely reversed a trend that was going on in Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I believe this is an important issue because I believe it's going to help us govern in Virginia and make us more accountable to the people who have put us here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.